Thank you.
Wow. I guess it worked. Amazing.
Look, it did, yeah.
First time ever.
Thank you. Yeah.
First time ever.
Do you see it on YouTube?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. Oh no, earthquake at Hemet's house. Oh, he's just fixing the camera. Never mind.
Hey, Chris, can you take your,
Geshe-la has arrived.
thank you.
Good morning, Hamla.
Morning, Geshe-la.
Morning,
Hey,
Chris.
Chris. Has arrived.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Donasi. Donasi, Donasi. Good morning, Alisa. Hello, good morning, Lily. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Bodhisattva Patrick. Good morning, Joanna. Good morning, Susie. Good morning, Katrina. Good morning, Panditji. Good morning, Pati. Good morning, Hamula. Kada. Can see now. Oh, good morning, Tom. Are you in the Saram Monastery?
Almost.
Good morning, Meredith. Good morning, Sean. Good morning. Good morning, Suzanne. How are you? Good morning, Alex, Sandra. Good morning, Dr. Watkin. Good morning, Elise. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Peter. When did you come back to samsara?
Never left. Never left.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, Andrea. Are you cooking?
I am cooking. I'm cooking pancakes
Oh,
for the
that's very
girls.
good. Oh,
Yes.
hello. Good morning. Good morning, India. Enjoy
Good
your
morning.
pancake. Good morning. Enjoy your pancake.
Enjoy your pancake.
Thank you.
Okay. No, good morning, Peter. Good morning, Joe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lamula, maybe pray some prayer, please.
So we'll start by reciting the Shakyamuni Buddha mantra 3 times,
Mm,
and the Medicine Buddha stanza and mantra, and the mantra
mm.
3 times. And then we'll do the 4 measurables. Te ata om mone mone ma na yeso ha te om mone mone ma yeso ha te mone ma yeso. Bhagawan, with equal compassion for all, whose name, when merely heard, dispelled the suffering of the lower realms, dispelled of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha, lapis light. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugata soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugata soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugata soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugata soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugata soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugata soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugata soha. Now we'll say recite the 4 measurables in English. Let's do that 3 times. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings have equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. Now we'll chant the Four Immeasurables chanting version in Tibetan, so that we, while meditating on what we just read. Sanchantam Chedewadam Chi Nu Sorry. Yagi Gyu Rewar Gyurchi Du Dewadam Idre Gyurchi Chadam Nidam Drewe Tanyam Lane Vargyurchi. And now let's recite the Chenrezig, a verse of praise, and the mantra 8 times. Chenrezig is the Buddha of great compassion.
Please remind everybody to remember all the people, their lives have been devastated by this recent virus things. So many lives, every part of the world, very much devastated by this uncertainties, physically, emotionally. Please remember all of them, many of them. All the positives, a lot of them are sick, a lot of them are worried they're going to get sick, so they're not like that. All kinds of problems, losing job, not able to find a job, so they're not but stuck in the house. Then like now it's like a little bit open up, now not able to move around because now all the muscles been now. It's so all kind of problems, not able to move. So like physical, emotional, please remember all of them while we recite the Mani Mantra.
Not veiled by any fault, white in color, whose head of perfect Buddha crowns in light, gazing compassionately at all beings, and raising all sing one, I prostrate. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. Om 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 Mani Padme Hum. In Green Tara's verse of praise and mantra 7 times. Tara liberates from existence. Tutare liberates from the 8 fears. Ture liberates from all sickness. I prostrate liberator, Mother Tara. Om Tare Ture Soha. Om Tare Ture Soha. Om Tare Ture Soha. Om Tare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Oh, yeah, wonderful. Thank you very much, Lamullah. Very good. Oh, yeah. How's the weather? Very hot?
Yes. Very
Sorry, today I don't have snow to show. There's no snow, only on the mountains. So the mountain is completely covered with the cloud. You cannot see now. So otherwise, I will show you some snow. So now mountain is completely covered with snow. Anyway, here, almost every day below zero, just visualize that you have. I'm sorry to hear that you have a lot of like heat. The weather is very hot. So just visualize that you are in Patagonia, surrounded by snow mountain. But you know, here now the problem is the suffering of cold. No matter where you go, there's always something. Oh, yeah. Anything to discuss? So we begin with there's no two different, probably most of you already aware, there's two different types of 9-round breathing meditations. So you are familiar. One that you use your finger. One day you use your finger. So the lungro gutru means like lungro means like energy that's been makes sense. Energy that's been wasted. Like say, each time when you come uptight with something, each time when you uptight with something, oh, I have to have this, or I cannot change, this is my idea, has to be like this, or this is what I want this, I don't want that, I just want these particular things. When you become uptight with something, idea, what you need, so then that very thought is not flexible, because it's uptight. So that energy that comes with every thought, and every thought is like energy is like horse. Okay, energy is like horse. Thought is like rider. The thought rides on energy. The energy is like horse. That's how thought moves. I think that's how when you look at the waterfall, you feel kind of good. Maybe some energy goes out, I think. Energy. Energy is like horse. So see, thought, just thought. The person, just example. Thought is like person with eye, no legs. There's thought. Yeah, so show me there. It's like person with eye, no leg, cannot go. There's thought. There's energy. I think all the mix up. Okay, first energy. Energy is like person, no eyes, but it have legs to move around. There's energy. Okay, there's energy. Now the thought is opposite. Thought is like a person with eyes, no leg, no leg. Person with eye, no leg. So combinations, thought and energy together. So then can move and can see. Then move and can see. Make sense? Oh, yeah. What this is doing something. I don't understand. Make sense? Thought is like a person with eye, no leg. Energy is a person with leg, no eyes. Make sense? Oh, yeah. For the sake of knowledge, it's important. Like so, that's how the combination of thought and energy. Then you can go, you can travel, you can see like that. The minute you think, then you go now, like that. So anyway, when the thought get very tight with something, so that get imbalance. When you say well balanced, means like could go either way. Could go either way easily. Go here, go there. It's easily. It's not like tight. So what happened when thought get very tight? I think tight. So that very energy that thought rise on is get tight. Imbalance. When then that terms when you say imbalance, that means that energy been now wasted. So that's how exactly explained in the text. Some texts, don't remember the title, but some texts, I don't think it's translated into English, so you can't really see it. It's only in Tibetan, I think. So that, so you cannot tell whether I'm wrong or right. I think that text not translated into English. So they are saying like, if you've never been to Lhasa, I can tell you anything about Lhasa because you've never been there. That's like that. This text I think not translated into English. Anyway, so sorry for the interruption. I think this is how they explain the text. So then that energies, where the energy goes, it goes through the channels. A lot of channels, 72,000 channels. Emerged through 3 main channels, 5 chakras, it's kind of merged from there. So then it causes like physical discomfort. So then that contribute to mental discomfort. So this is for the sake of knowledge, the 9-round breathing meditation we do with the finger, so that to get rid of, get rid of those wasted energy, to physically feel good. If you physically feel good, more likely there will be some positive thought pops up. If you physically feel horrible, it's hard to positive thought to pop up. It's hard to positive thought to pop up. You have to work pretty hard. So that 9-round breathing meditations. So first you use left finger, left hand, left finger. Block the left nostril. Begin with inhale. Long, short. Then, of course, needs to clean the nose before we do any breathing meditations. Otherwise, pressure jaw will come out. So we'll begin this. We do we do this 3 times, okay? 3 times, each hand 3 times, okay? 3 times. We all do together. This is to get rid of the wasted energy that's stuck in the physical body, get rid of that. Okay? Long, slow. So then, of course, it's very important for the sake of as productive. So whenever you do breathing meditations, it's associated with the breathing. So all the channel needs to be straight. So therefore, you sit straight. You don't sit like Italian cooked pasta. Italian pasta is already cooked. It's all kind of like tomato sauce. Not like that. Uncooked Italian pasta like this. Uncooked Italian pasta. Straight, so that benefit. Right? Yeah, we all do together. Right? First inhale, we do this 3 times, okay? With level. So that's 3, maybe all the way in, all the way out, then 3. So now right hand, then same here 3 times. Right? All the way in and all the way out. That's 6. That's called 9 round breathing meditation. That's each round 3 breathings. First round, second round, now third round from the both nostrils, in and out. Right? Yeah, that's called 9 round breathing meditations to get rid of the, or you could say, stress. I think, stress in the physical body that contributes to mental stress. The stress in the physical body. These meditations, how to get rid of stress in the physical body caused by energy that's been wasted because you are not being flexible. You are just uptight with certain things, object or idea, not flexible, not willing to join or share. It's just my way, highway, like that kind of attitude. So that, uptight. So yeah, that's why people do yoga, physical, because why? They feel like their physical is very tight. So they have to stretch to 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 achieve physical flexibilities that provide you physical wellness in the physical body. Similar, if your mind is get tight, so then so if your mind is get tight, so then the same thing happens. Yoga means practice. That's all. It doesn't mean physical movement. Yoga means practice. Can be physical practice, can be mental practice, can be either way. You just practice. It doesn't mean yoga doesn't mean physical movement. Okay. So now, then I think another 9 round breathing meditations. There's more for the thought. Once so we cannot meditate if we are upset. If we are upset, or our mind is kind of like unsettled. You can do productive meditations if your mind is unsettled. Unsettled? How is unsettled? If your mind is too high, like the Eiffel Tower, then you cannot meditate. It's too high. If your mind is too down, can meditate. It needs to be in the. It needs to be in the middle. In the middle. In the middle. So. Yeah, of course, each one of us, we know before we try to meditate, we know our mind, our mental state. If our mental state is kind of like unsettled or like feel like it's very murky, so that you do this 9 round breathing meditations to say, just let's say the mind is like water, now become very murky for all kinds of things, like it's like, don't we think all kinds of things every single day? Yeah. So no wonder why our mind become murky. No wonder. So we think all kinds of things every single day. Out of that, all kinds of things, how many of them are related to love and compassion, bodhicitta? So now we wonder why mind become murky, why all the dust come up, can't tell which part is dust, which part is nature, what can't tell, because that's how it is. That's not how it began. That's not how the nature of mind began. Nature of mind begin with like clear lake is clear. It begins with clear. Then it becomes murky. It doesn't begin with the murky. It becomes murky. Murky? How you say murky? Yeah, it becomes murky. It doesn't begin with the murky. It's become murky. How? Yeah. How many thoughts rise? How many thoughts rise? Oh. Out of that, how many of them are related to, how many of them are just love, pure love and compassion, bodhicitta, and how many of them are related to anger, attachment, jealousy, pride? Now we wonder why this thought become murky. Okay, so that this 9 round breathing meditations, if you feel like your mind is very murky, you need to separate. If you continuously shake, you are never going to be able to separate the dust and the water. Why? Because you are shaking the containers. You are not letting it sit still. You are not letting that container sit still. When that container, if you let that container sit still, water and the dust will separate. Or separate, okay? Helen, are you still doing the 9 hour? Are you still doing the 9 hour breathing meditation? So there's one that you are trying to do now. That one is to remove the physical stress caused by this wasted energy. Okay. So now one that we are about to do is to settle our mind. Just think about, oh, now you are putting the container, water container on the table. You decide not going to shake. You decide not going to shake. You decide to see the clear separation between dust and the water. You decide to see the separation between water and dust. So you decide not to continue to shake. Put it there. So that's what the 9 hour breathing meditation is. Just think about, just imagine like that. Why? Because the container, there's all the dust in the container. What that means like not free, not completely free from disturbing thought, So there's nothing wrong to admit if you are not completely free from disturbing thought, why so shameful to say that you are not free? There's nothing wrong to admit that, yeah, you are not free from delusions. You have delusions. So there's the dust, the water part, there's the mind, there's the mind, there's the mind. So that water doesn't have to be murky all the time. That water can be, even though that water is not free from the dust, it can be above the dust. Mind can be above anger, jealousy, attachments. Even though it's not completely free, you can see clear separations from that. You know, that requires some kind of mindfulness throughout the day, some kind of mindfulness throughout the day. So, make sense? When we are about to this 9-round breathing meditation, just think that you decided now, I'm not going to continuously shake this container with the water and dust. It becomes so murky. So I decide not to shake that. I decide to put that on the table and just let it be. Let it be still. Just let it be still there. Sit there still. Just let it, how is it? You decide to let it sit there. Slow, not right away. Slowly, water and dust get separated. All the dust go below. So that's what is 9-round breathing meditations, according to Mahamudra, Giluk Mahamudra text composed by 4th Panchen Lama. Someday Deve Tebula, Lune Duna Denchela. Someday Deve Tebula on the meditation cushions. Someday Deve Tebula on the meditation cushions. Lune Duna Denchela. 7 sitting positions. Uncooked Italian pasta. So that's the most important one. Straight. That's the straight as you can get uncooked Italian pasta. So they used example in Lamlin stack of the coin. Stack of coin. I think Italian pasta is much better. Uncooked. So now you breathe from your both nostrils. Don't need to use your hand. Both nostrils in and out 9 times. Now, some of you may, oh, a nice dog here. Oh, huge. What's the name?
His name is Gunner.
Very beautiful. Has 4 eyes. It's called 4 eye. In Tibetan, we say 4 eye. The dog has 4 eyes. 2 eye here. So Tibetan believe this kind of dog can see the spirit. night, because there are 4 eyes. 2 eye here, there's 4 eyes. That's what we call 4 eye.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, interesting name. Uh, so anyway, sorry. So some of you may not need to know this 9-round breathing meditation. If your mind is already, if the water is already separate from the dust, if the water is already above the dust, no need to do these 9-round breathing meditations. Okay. If mind is like all murky, so then do this 9-round breathing meditation till you see some separations. Someday they will table a linear junda danger, lungro kudu tadosa, riba tani legwar chess, riba tani ripa, knower, awareness, knower, thought, whatever you call, ripa, knower, awareness, thought, tongue, clear, nik, messy, che means separate, riba tani legwar chess. It separates murky and it's clear, it's kind of like distinguished. What Hani levels, Then after that, so then some kind of positive thought, whether there's compassion, loving kindness, positive thought. So then if you want to say refuge Buddhicitta prayer for immeasurable, whatever prayer you say become more productive. Okay? More productive. Or you can just say refuge Buddhicitta prayer, So you don't have to say many multiple prayer. You can just stick with one, or you can just say Om Mani Padme Hum, out of positive mindset. Okay. Is it clear now? Oh yeah, this is so. So now it turns out it's quite important to learn how to be still. How to be still. Not to continuously shook. How to be still. How to be still. It requires mindfulness. It requires mindfulness. Something that you already have. It's not like something you never had before. No. Something already you had. Need to improve. So now, today what I thought, yesterday, what you did for the will tuning day. Domasi.
Yes, so we recited the Vajrakutta Sutra and the Heart Sutra and praises
Oh,
to
very good.
Buddha.
Oh, very good. So when Shakyamuni Buddha was enlightened, so I think after the enlightenment, 49 days, decided not to teach what he discovered. Mainly through 6 years solid meditation under the Bodhi tree. Maybe he's afraid or maybe he's concerned that nobody's going to understand what he discovered. He said he found something like nectar. He found after sitting 6 years solid under the Bodhi tree, 6 years solid, sitting under the Bodhi tree, he said he found something like nectar. He's afraid if he tells, nobody going to understand. Nobody will understand if he tells, if he start to share. That's why he's kind of hidden. He just kind of hide that, whatever he discovered. Right? So then after, after 49 days, then like the Indra and Vajrapani, there's some like then like requested to turn the wheel of Dharma. So there's the first wheel was turned in Saranath, Varanasi. Now some of you already been there, Varanasi. So there's the place where after 49 days, then Buddha taught Four Noble Truths. First wheel, main subject of the first wheel is Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths. Buddha taught. So then after 49 days. Then I've been reading reading the sutras. This time with more mindfulness. Of course, probably monastery read several times with the worry that when you are going to finish the text, not with the mindfulness, not with the with the interest to learn something. No, when you are going to finish. It's like worrying about how when you are going to finish. When my line of monks in my line, when we are going to finish that that has a volume, that every line has responsible to finish one books. So read once a while, then you see the stories, then you get some kind of excited, then you read, you become more interested in stories. So this time read with the mindfulness and full of interest to learn something. That's the first time I read the sutra, the first during the wheel of Dharma, read with interest to learn something. So of course, in this age, it's impossible to memorize. The sutra has many pages. So probably in the Buddha's lifetime, probably there are people who remember the sutra by heart. Now I don't think anybody remember the sutra by heart. So anyway, there's another point. That point. Here I just want to, for the auspicious reason, I just want to read from the sutra directly from the sutra, the first tuning wheel of Dharma that Buddha taught. I just want to read a few sentences from there, okay? Just for you to have some imprint in your mind of the sutra. So it's called Jagar Kedo, means like Jagar Kedo. Jakar is India. Kedo means Indian language. That refers to Sanskrit. Most of the Mayan teaching was taught in Sanskrit language. So Jagar Kedo means like, at that time, there's like 4 renowned language in India. Sanskrit is one of them, called divine language. Then like there's like a commonly spoken language within that time in India, like that human language. Then that means there's like it's like Surcha means like it sounds like Tibetan, but it's not really Tibetan, but there's some sound similar to Tibetan. That means the language was now broken. Like say, I used to say Tibet. Now somebody said Tibet. Then somebody said then sound change. They like the Surcha. Then it's supposed to be Tibet. Now it sounds something different. It's supposed to be like. So is there anything like that? So like say. Yeah, there's some. You understand what I'm saying? What I mean? Sound over time. The sound change. So the Suchaki. So then there's some language like that been spoken that time. Suchaki. Yumirashi Sujeki. Shazeki, so then like I'm not sure Shaza like I guess like language of the spirit, spirit. No. Then something like so the Sanskrit language. There's 4 renowned language during their time. Sanskrit then is considered as like there's like 4 renowned language and there's 6 cities that's been mentioned in the sutra. 6 cities or big city. There's only 6 of them. 6 cities, 4 renowned language. So Sanskrit is one of them. It's called divine language. Jaga gives Dharma Chakra Sutra. Dharma Chakra Sutra. Dharma is Dharma. Dharma is Dharma. Chakra is like will. Sutra, that's teaching taught by Buddha. So the Pyoke, the Shujukulan Doche, Tamje Chapala Chacha laws, homage to all the omniscience. Homage to all the omniscient mind. Dige dagi tuba tijina, that's one I heard. Dige dagi tuba tijina. Dige dagi tuba tijina. Chumde de Varanasi, Tongson Mage Ridachi, Nana Shudes. That's one Shakyamuni Buddha was sitting in Sarana. Then Chumde Deji, Denge Gelona Lakaza. At that time, there's like 5 disciples, there's five bhikshus there. Minche, Sanjin, the Kushikudina. There's some of the names, it doesn't matter if I say it's not going to make any difference. So the name's been mentioned, Kushikudina. Maybe they're like a long time, like karmically related to the Buddha. So anyway, those are the first human disciples when Buddha taught Four Noble Truth, okay? For the sake of reference. Now you can, when you go to visit Saranath, you can see those figures those 5 disciples and all the statues been made like that in Varanasi. When I visited there before, there are no statues there. So now they made it statues. You have now you get some visual idea. Before there's no visual idea, so now you get some visual idea. Gelota, so then he's saying all the bhikshus, never heard Dharma before, refers to. Dini Dunga Pape Demos. This is noble truth of sufferings. Dunga Pape Demos, Tsushin Yila Chena Mikchesos. This is the noble truth of suffering. If you think, you will, it literally means I, literally means I, but doesn't mean that it means wisdom. If you think about that, so then you will generate wisdom. Okay, wisdom. So just want to share that with you. So then, of course, I think that's all the probably translated. So now, what that means now, think about this is very practical teachings. Even it's very relevant to 21st century that we are living in. Materially, that development it's been reached highest level. Material development wise, we reach high level of material development in 21st century. But this teaching of Four Noble Truth is till now is very much relevant, very much taught based on practical level, reality. So then the Maitreya Buddha text, Uttara Tantra, Maitreya Buddha taught 5 texts in Uttara Tantra, what Maitreya Buddha commentary on this Four Noble Truth. Nene shijas. Neji juni tenjala. Nene shija neji tenjala. Nene shija neji juni. Nene shija neji juni. Nene shijas. Nene shija neji juni pangjalas. What Media Buddha said is like physical health. If you are feeling physically some discomfort, it's important to find out. It's important to find out what's happening. Yeah, we all do, right? If you don't feel something good, we want to know what's happening. Or maybe headache. I have headache. You wonder why? Or maybe I drink coffee, or maybe I didn't sleep well, or maybe my head get cold. I forgot to cover up my head. Yeah, there could be thousands of reasons why you are headache, why you have headache. And you, of course, wonder. You have every right to wonder. You have every right to wonder. You have every right to find out why you have headache. You have every right. You have every right to analyze. You can just say, oh, it's like caused by your neighbor. Oh, okay. Your headache. If somebody says, oh, your headache is caused by your neighbor. Or you just believe that, no, we are human. We have this marvelous brain. We analyze. We don't just accept. Somebody says it's caused by your neighbor. How? We want to know how it's caused by neighbor. So we have every right to analyze and think. That's what we do when there's like some discomfort happening in the physical. Then she just, that's why Maitreya Buddha said, then she just, now you discover, oh, it's not my neighbor. It's like, turns out it's like too much caffeine, caffeine, coffee. So I'm not sure what caffeine. Or maybe watching too much iPad. Or maybe watching too much iPad. Or maybe watching too much in the phone. So that's what we do. We try to figure it out why there's headache. Nishijas, the Maitreya Buddha said in the Uttara Tantra, Nishija, Niji Juni Panjalas. Once you find out, oh, it's caused by cheesecake. Let's say it's caused by cheesecake. Well, that's kind of hard to sacrifice, to be honest. Now, once you find out, oh, that's my head is caused by cheesecake. Now, now what do you do? Because you have sweet teeth. Cheesecake is one of your favorite one. So now, what do you do? Excuse me. So now what do you do? Chocolate chip cookie from the warm chocolate chip cookie from the Whole Food. What do you do now? What do you do? Or accept headache next day, or give up cookie. So what do you do? Huh? Think about what do you do? Either way, it's hard. I think, huh? What do you think? It is like that. Something that you very much like to do or eat. Now it turns out that's causing you headache. What do you do? No pain, no gain. In America, saying no pain, no gain. Now what do you do? Now it's come down on calculations. now, yeah, now what you do? So now you find out something wrong in your physical, you find out, as I said, we have every right to find out. You find out we have headache. You wonder, you continuously wonder why I have this headache, why it's caused by. You find out it's caused by, let's just say, let's start with the dramatic one. Okay, let's start with the dramatic one. Warm chocolate chip cookie from Whole Food or cheesecake. I'm not sure what, like, or maybe Coke or whatever, like, or like apple pie or something like that, or chocolate. So now you discover that's the cause. So now, then it's just Panjalas. So relief from the headache. Relief from the headache, cessations. There's a cessations. There's a third noble, there's the headache is the first noble truth. Now the chocolate chip cookie, warm chocolate chip cookie, there's the second noble truth. Now the freedom from the headache, there's the third noble cessations. The last one is called path, where that or technique or method or exercise that lead to the freedom from headache. In this case, reducing chocolate chip cookie or giving up temporarily something otherwise continuously headache. It's clear? Neni shija, neji juni panchalas, then topja. Relief is something that you wish. Relief from the headache is something that you wish. That is like something to be achieved. The relief is something to be achieved. There's something to looking for. A remedy, there's something to be follow up or something to be exercised. Remedies is something to be exercised. Then Uttara Tantra, Maitreya Buddha, Uttara Tantra, Neni Shija, Neji Juni Pangjalas. Now you realize something to sacrifice here or abandon. That the remedy or techniques that needs to be follow up or maybe put into practice or exercise. Relief is something to be achieved. There's something to looking for. Neni shija neji juni pangjala, dene topja, many tempa chawata, dene topja. Relief is something to be achieved. So that remedy is something needs to be practiced. Therefore, similarly, dunga juda tego pada tejin lams, dunga truth of sufferings, origin of sufferings, truth of cessations, truth of path. This all laid down in very practical level. So, dene toja meni tempa shawata, shija pangja, rigba dunga juda tego pada tejin lam, shija pangja, rigba chaji, shija pangja, rigba chaji, tempa chaji. That's how the Four Noble Truths in practice. Every single problem that we face in this life, every single problem that we face in this life is interdependent. It's not independent, it's interdependent. Whether there's a physical problem, mental problem, then the mental problem is much, much heavier to experience, to deal. Physical problem, there's many, many remedies. We can take medicine, many medicines. You know? That's how every single problems that we face in this life as a human is interdependent. Just think about that. Just think that. Just please, just sit back. Just think about that at a moment. Just think about that. What that means? It means every single problem has solutions. That's what it means. If every single problem is like independent, there's no hope. There's no solutions. You just unfortunate. This is very unfortunate. You just live up. You just live with that. There's nothing you can do. No, every single issues that we have in our life is interdependent. Called Tendel, interdependent. So that means each one of them has causes and conditions. What we should do? Yeah, we need to find out when you get headache, you wonder why you have a headache. Same thing. When there's any issues that you have in your life, you should wonder why it's happening like that. Why? There has to have some reason. Now, don't just think like that. It's like sent by your neighbors. That issue sent by your neighbors. That's not. Don't think that's no. So like, why? Just think. I very much want break from that. Yeah, you have every right to have that desire. You have every right to have that desire. You have every right to achieve that desire, achieve that goal. So now the question is how you're going to achieve. No, I really want to break from these issues. What is the nature of this issue? How it started? Is there any cause? Or is it like interdependent? Is it like independent or interdependent? Interdependent is what caused by what? Yeah, we do everything, for health. We do same thing. Why not we do same thing for everything? That's what we do. So then maybe more likely you'll find the cause, what it's caused by, and more likely you'll look for the remedies. You know, I think, do you follow me? Do you agree with me? Every issue has solutions. Do you agree? It's not like, oh, there's no solutions. Oh, then it's very unfortunate because you have strong desire to end, but there's no solutions. It's not like that. There is solutions. Every problem, every issue in our life, there are solutions. Is that true? This is very true. Are you capable? So according to Buddha's teaching, it says you possess Buddha natures. You are fully capable. You can be achieved. You have all these kind of problems. One day you can be enlightened. Do I believe in that? Do I really believe that my nature is pure? Or do I believe that I'm just evil person? I'm just not worth it? If you believe that you are not worth it, you are not naturally pure, why? Is that independent or dependent? That thought is dependent or independent. Why you think like that? Why you think that you have no chance to become enlightened? Why? There has to have some reason. Why it's so hard to think yourself as a lotus? Lotus. Repeatedly said by Shakyamuni Buddha, Lama Tsongkhapa, Lama Atisha, said, your life is precious. Do I really believe that my life is precious? Do I really see that? How often I see my life as precious? How often I see my life as like a piece of junk or garbage or that something that I hate? How often I see my life is so precious? How often? What they get, telling that your life is precious, what they get material-wise, nothing, zero. They don't get anything. because all the books they write is free of copyright. Anybody can print. They don't make even 1 penny. They have no desire. They have zero desire for material gains. They have zero desire. What they gain telling you your life is precious, what they gain. Material wise, nothing. They don't make anything. So now the question is like, why you think that you are not worth it? Why you think that you are not going to get enlightened? Why? Why you don't think that you have shot to become enlightened? That's how you say in America, you have shot, huh? Thinking something positive, that needs to be trained. It needs to be trained. It won't just come automatically. It needs to be trained. What I mean, train means need to think again and again. Someday, then you think, oh, all this time I've been thinking. Finally, I realize, oh, it is precious. I've been thinking all this time, the last 30 days. Finally, today I realize it is precious. It is precious. It is difficult to find. It is meaningful. I'm very happy that I have one. Then every day, when you wake up, you're happy that you are human. This is something that all of us need to work on. All of us need to work on. Why you think something bad about yourself all the time? Why? What is the first of all? What's the benefit? There's no benefit. Why you believe? Not just think. Maybe you probably believing in that you are not worth it. Why you don't just listen what Buddha said, what Lama Tsongkhapa said, what Lama Atisha said about this life is precious? Why you don't pay some attention? Why not? Why don't you pay some attention? Somebody telling you that your life is precious, that you possess Buddha natures. What they gain, material-wise, nothing. They don't gain anything. Then why we don't pay some attention to that? Why don't pay some attention to that? Or maybe we are caught up with these delusions, the delusional life that we're living in, like we fantasize everything, like, oh, grass is always green over other side. How you say grass is green? Grass is greener to the other side. Oh, other people, they're doing a lot of practice, they're doing a lot of meditation. You could do the same thing. No need to praise someone else. You can do the same thing. No need to criticize someone. You don't have to do the things that people are doing. You don't have to criticize them. You don't need to do what the person is doing. You don't need to praise someone. You can do the same thing. Kadama Master said. So now, why question is this big question? Why we don't pay little attention? What Lama Tsongkhapa said, what Shakyamuni Buddha said, that you possess Buddha nature, your life is so precious. Why we don't pay some attentions there? Why? It says, oh, it's like your nature is like diamond. That's like beneath the berry beneath the dirt. Can see. Doesn't mean there's no diamond. There is diamond. It's covered by dirt, or it's maybe wrapped with dirty cloth. The cloth looks dirty, but inside there's diamond. The cloth is not going to change the nature of diamond. Diamond is diamond, whether it's like above the ground, underground, wrap around dirty cloth. That's never going to change. It's going to be still diamond. Yeah, we learned this, we learned that, we say this Dharma, we must say this mantra, we say this mantra, we say this prayer. Do I believe that I possess Buddha nature? A minute. Do I believe? Do I believe from my deep down from my heart? Do I believe that I possess Buddha nature? Do I really believe that I had a shot? How you say? In America, how you say?
I have a shot.
I have a shot. Do you really believe that you have a shot for enlightenment? Ever thought? Not just intellectual knowledge. No. Did you ever thought? Did you ever thought that you can get enlightened? Did you ever thought a moment? How many times you thought that you can get enlightened? How many times you thought? Probably even you cannot count that much time you thought that you can get enlightened. Why? Who said? Who said you have no shot? Who said you don't get enlightened? Who? Who said? You, that's all. You are the one who said it. Who else? Very important, very important. No matter what kind of practice you do, it's important to recognize that life that you possess is very precious. That's how Lamrim began. Lamrim began with precious human life. Why? Everybody has issues, looking down on themselves. You can't really say, I'm practicing Lamrim if you don't really thought about that life is precious. How you can say we practice Lamrim? There's big question, why? What evidence you have? What evidence that you have no shot? What evidence? Very important, it's very important, so all my friends here, very important. Next time when you recite the foundation of the good qualities, when you reach to their section, precious human life, pause there, think, do I believe that I'm precious? Do I believe? If not, you have to, why? Why you don't believe your life's precious? Why? Why you think that you have no shot for enlightenment? Why? Why you think that you don't possess Buddha nature? Why? Did Lama Tsongkhapa lie in Lamrim? Did Shakyamuni Buddha lie? For what reason? For what? Why they lie? What they get? Nothing. Material. They have zero interest. So you pause there and think, how many times a day, every single day, 360 days a year, I think something negative of myself. Just count, write it down, and count, write it down. Then you'll see how many times you thought that your life is precious, and you have shot, and you possess Buddha nature. How many times you thought through your, just forget, through your practice, spiritual practice that you are doing. How many times you thought deep down from your heart that your life is precious, meaningful, so meaningful, so beneficial, so meaningful, so useful, so beneficial. How many times you thought from your heart that? So important, that's important. Write down how many times you, 1 year, 360 days, or 360 days. Just track 1 week, every day, how many times you thought you have no chance to enlighten. You don't have Buddha nature, you are not precious, you are just worthless, piece of junk. You put more garbage, you create more garbage, write it down. Then end of the week, then ask yourself a question: why? Why you do? Why you don't think what Lama Tsongkhapa suggests in the Lamrim teachings, precious human life? Why you never think about that? Why? Next time when you recite Foundation of Good Quality, when you reach to their sections, you feel great. You feel good, knowing that your life is precious. Knowing this is not going to be here forever. This has limit. Don't just complain all the time, just complain. Don't make this life miserable. You have no clue how much time you got on this planet. You have no clue. Do you have any clue? Give you a clue so that you can maybe say, okay, this year I'm just going to complain. Next year maybe I'll think about something. Maybe I'll think about something good about myself. If you have a clue, you never end. More, it's like complaint is like old people mustache. More you cut, more it grow. Never ends. It never ends. Here, see, every day I shave. Every day it grow more. It doesn't grow less. More I shave, more it grows. Like that. All this complaint, dissatisfactions, uncontentment, dissatisfactions, not being content. Need to think, otherwise it will continue. So how life will be better, how life will get better? Impossible, because you are not thinking anything that helps your life to become better. All the thing you are thinking is making this life more miserable. Then another question is why you keep doing that? Why you are keep doing that? Why? Didn't Buddha told you there's a way out? Don't just go round. So also be kind, be more compassionate, be kind. You get immense benefit. No. Comes here, goes here. Very little goes down there. So, see, as I said, next time, if you start to think something positive of yourself, if you believing that you have Buddha nature, if you believe that you have shot, you could say, I'm practicing Lamrim. You could say, because you got something out of Lamrim, Lama Tsongkhapa teaching, you got out of something. Because you are thinking something positive of yourself, you're thinking positive. This is very, very critical. This is very important. Very important. So everything interdependent. Everything that happens in our life is interdependent. What time is now? Maybe it's 2 times. Sorry, so much been said. I think it's important. So much been said. It's important to. Sorry, my face become like Gursam. I think it's important. Don't you think it's important? Yeah, every you can do. All of us can do every day. Like when you wake up, just to feel grateful. Don't just complain. Feel grateful that you can see, you can hear, you can smell, you can move around. Just to feel grateful. If you can't think precious human like the way Lama Tsongkhapa explained, just think like that. You can see, you can hear, you can move around, you can smell. You have something to eat. You have house to live in. Otherwise, if you don't think, you'll never be satisfied. You'll never be satisfied. If you don't think, You'll never be satisfied by eating something all the time. That's the not way to satisfy. Only way you satisfy is if you think, oh, I'm so fortunate that, I have such a wonderful mother. So that's the one way you can say, very fortunate. You're such a wonderful, such a loving mother, caring mother. It just makes you happy. There's many children who does not have mother, who live in orphanage. They have no mother to be there, take care, like that. So that's every day. I think, the foundation of all the good cults state very clearly, don't believe a moment, you are going to be satisfied by looking at something wrong. It is wrong thinking. You are not going to be satisfied by looking at something. No, you have to understand right from the beginning. Okay, doesn't mean you shouldn't look. Of course, you should look because you have like possibility to look. But at the same time, right from the beginning, that's not you're going to be satisfied by looking at something, eating something, wearing something, doing something. You're not going to satisfy. If you think, then that's a way to be content, satisfied. Just recognizing that, just knowing that you are not going to be 100% satisfied by eating something, that knowledge is kind of relief. Just that knowledge is kind of relief. Just that knowledge is kind of relief. Just knowing that you are not going to be satisfied, 100% satisfied by eating something, just that kind of relief. Okay, I just want to share with you all my friends because you come here every Sunday. So, so that's what it doesn't mean you shouldn't look. Of course, you should look, go to museum, look at the art. Temporary satisfactions. That's what you're going to get. Don't think that you are going to get everlasting satisfaction. You end up with disappointment. Nothing. Everlasting satisfaction comes by thinking. Very important. Okay. So bottom line here, like if you just thinking all the time that my life is not worth it. So I hate myself. I don't know why I'm here. All of that. It's very important. You need to ask. You can don't just believe. You need to ask why. You need to think something precious, something precious. It's good for your health too. So time is over now. No?
Yes, Geshe-la.
Sorry. So there's like a pump up by Lamrim, pump up. So anyway, thank you very much. We'll stop here.
Thank you. Geshe-la.
So I need to eat. You need to eat. Everybody needs to eat. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, Lamula, dedication, show dedication. So, see you next Wednesday.
May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain a notion of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with a mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, or as long as sentient beings remain, Until then, may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Along like bears, and the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good, all powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso. Please remain until samsara ends. The one who mastered his speech at a very young age, the one with great patience who received the name Avatare, the one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa on bliss and void, Lama ornament of the yellow hat tradition, please remain until samsara ends. You uphold the subduer's way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Majjhina's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplished magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, savor of myself and others, your disciples, please live long. And then 7 green tar mantras for Geshe and Geshe. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare
Om Tare
Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re
Okay. Have a nice weekend. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
you. Thank you, Geshe-la.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Okay.
Y vuelva pronto, vuelva pronto.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Topate merengue.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Gracias, Geshe-la.
Uncle, have the merengue.